One of my brothers was having issues with his wife, and his wife has said things to my mom, and she said to me, you can come to my house anytime. But I said, look, you are mistreating my mom. Coming to your house is like saying that what you're doing is okay. So I'm not coming to your house. Because my mom is my mom, and I have to respect her. So when I became Muslim, I was still back home, and I met only 2 families that were Muslim. One person from Morocco. He was married to a Mexican, and a Pakistani family. So they were very nice. They taught me religion. They taught me, how to, about Islam, the rules and everything. Everything changed when I moved to the U.S. And I learned from this Moroccan brother. He told me when he was teaching me, because he taught me some Arabic, so how to read the surahs and stuff like that. And he said to me, Lucy, never ever follow the Muslim. Always follow Coran and Sunna. Because Muslims, we are all people. We are all humans and make mistakes. You never follow the Muslim, you follow the Quran and the Sunnah. When I moved to this country, I learned that was true. Because Islam is so diverse. There's people from all over the world that are Muslims and bring with them their culture. So that was one thing that I learned about Muslims, that you have to be open-minded to understand that culture, it comes with it, and it's hard for a lot of people to separate that, the culture and religion. In our case, as converts, we just learn to be Muslims. We have to leave our culture behind, because it's the same thing. Our culture is tied to the religion. So when we leave the religion, we leave the culture. So we're learning to, what I told my husband was, let's make of our family with the best thing of your culture, the best thing of my culture, and make it into a Muslim family. So that's, yeah. What I definitely thought that Islam is not what the news portrayed. Muslims are not what the news portrayed or movies portrayed. They always put them as the bad guys, or the illiterate ones, the ones that don't know anything or don't speak English or run gas stations, and that's not true. And when I came to the U.S., I found very smart people. I found good community. Every community has its faults, but I learned that Islam is actually a peace religion, not a hateful religion. And that the God, Allah, is a good God. And it will give you so many chances before it gives you the bad point. My religion, my ex-religion wasn't like that. You do bad, that's bad. You do good, maybe, it might be good. But in Islam, Allah gives you so much chances to make it up, to ask for forgiveness. So yeah, I did learn that for me, everything changed. The sky got more blue for me. I remember we went to the beach at one point when I was just convert, and then I just realized how powerful Allah is, and how wonderful He is with us. And when we were on the beach, we were looking at the sundown, and the waves were coming, And my husband told me a story. He said, you know that the sea asks Allah every day, can I take down everybody? Can I just move? Because, what does this stop the sea from coming more than the seashore, right? Nothing. So it says that the sea asks Allah every day, can I move over? Can I move over? And Allah always says no. It's no. And, all of these stories that he tells me about the religion, and they really hit me, because then I can see how blessed as human beings we are. Whether we're ignorant of Islam or not, we're very blessed just by living in here, and how much Allah loves us, that with just splits of a second He can destroy everything. But like I said, He loves us so much that, like, my view for everything has changed. The sunset, the sundown, the water we drink, the floor we step in, the way life grows, everything changed. And that's why when I moved to the US, I decided to continue into the medical field. So I went into nursing school. And the way I treat patients, it has to do with the way I'm a Muslim. Because if I don't treat that patient good, or I leave him in a bad situation, or I don't give the right medication, then that is a bad deed for me. The person might not know anything, but for me, it's written in my book of deeds, right? If I know that I did something wrong and I don't fix it, that's gonna be count on my book of deeds. So that did change when I became Muslim. I think many Muslim countries and many Muslims in the US are afraid of saying who they are, what they are, and who they worship. And I think that's the problem, because when you're afraid, then you cannot stand out. I stand out. I go to, like I told you, I was a medical school, nursing school, and I went to nursing school with my hijab, with my long sleeve and my scrubs. I went into a hospital where there's no Muslims. It's like more like a country hospital. So there's no Muslims in my class. I'm the only Muslim. And it was very easy for me just to take off my hijab and just go to school and just be as everybody else. But for me, this is dawah. Just the fact of wearing my hijab is dawah. I remember the first day I came to the school, the people that were training us for the computers and everything brought pizza for everybody. They brought cheese pizza and pepperoni pizza. So everybody ate. I went to get a piece of pizza, and the cheese pizza was gone. So I'm like, okay, well, I got something to eat. I didn't make a fuss, because that's something I don't like to do. I don't like to, oh, why you didn't give me this, why you didn't save anything. Oh, and so one of the instructors saw me, and he said, Lucy, you're not gonna have a pizza? I'm like, I don't eat the pepperoni because it's pork, and the cheese pizza is finished. So she stand in front of the class and asked, does anybody has an extra cheese pizza? Because she is not eating pork and she didn't get to have one. So one of the guys gave me a piece of pizza that was cheese. And then everybody started, later on through the school, they started asking me, why you don't eat pork, why? So this is dawah. And I think that when people know about Islam and break the mold that they have in their head about a women being illiterate, Muslim being, not smart people, then, then it starts changing. And another problem that there's in Islamic world and the Muslim community is that even converts and born Muslims, sometimes they think that what they're doing is the correct way.